My next guest is going to be taking on Thiago Moises coming up here at UFC Fight Night on September 5th. It is Jalin Turner joining me here on the program. Jalin, how's it going, man?
Going pretty good, man. Feeling good.
I bet you're super just happy to get a fight, though. A lot of uncertainty with COVID-19. You must be happy to get this fight booked.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to fight for a while. I was ready to fight like right after my last fight. Then all the COVID stuff hit, and I was just like, oh man, like took a little bit of time off, but I'm back. I've been ready. I've been training for months, so I'm ready to get it going. And
a lot of momentum, man. That last win in Auckland, what a finish that was. You must have been pretty happy, not only getting a free trip to Auckland, but getting the finish. That was pretty impressive victory.
Yeah, I felt good. I felt good with that fight. I felt good with that finish. You know, he got out of the first round, but you know, it is what it is. Got a little bit of cage time in there, so it was fun. And yeah, I love Auckland, man. It was a great place to be.
Yeah, you haven't done like a ton of traveling in your career, but how was that whole experience? You know, this was before COVID, when traveling was like a cool thing to do. Did you get to take some time after the fight, or get to see any of the sights? How was that whole thing?
No, I didn't take too much time out there. I usually don't spend time like after my fights. Like I'm just ready to go home, see my family. So, but like fight week was pretty cool. Got to walk around the city, you know, see some stuff. So it was pretty fun.
Awesome. And you got a pretty notable opponent here in Thiago Moises. Of course, he's coming off a big win over Michael Johnson. Were you pretty familiar with him when they offered you him as an opponent?
Yeah, I've been watching him for a while, actually. I was watching him when he was in RFA, when he had the title. Like back then, I wanted to fight him back then, you know, because we were both on the local circuit. So, yeah, he's been around. I've been watching him. I know a lot about him. So I think it was a great fight for me. I told my manager, I said, you know, I don't care who they give me, just give me a fight. And as soon as they gave me him, I said, yep, let's go.
Stylistically, how do you look at that fight? He's got a great ground game. We saw that in the last fight.
Stylistically, like, I still think I fare very well against him. I feel like he doesn't have much for me on the feet, you know. I feel like his takedowns aren't really, you know, too intricate, too high verse. He doesn't reshoot. He doesn't chain wrestle. So, you know, that's really my advantage. He's definitely not a better wrestler than Frivola was, you know. So I feel like the fight plays out in my favor stylistically.
How has camp been structured, and how have you been impacted by COVID, especially where you're at? I know they're doing all these crazy restrictions and stuff. So what does camp look like heading into this fight?
Honestly, man, camp has been going on for a long time. So it's just been
You're used to it now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When the lockdown first happened, all the gyms got shut down. I was training with my coaches in their garages. I was training at parks. I was training everywhere I could just to get it going. And yeah, now like we used to have gyms open. You know, it's a little bit of restrictions with it, but it's been going good. I've been training, getting my sparring in, getting my road work in, and everything's been going well.
I know you can't say too much. Government might be watching. You don't want Gavin Newsom coming to your house and giving you some grief. But who have you got to work with as far as training partners, coaches, things like that? Because I know you do a little bit of cross training.
Yeah, I've been at Millennia a bit lately, doing like some outside training there, and working with Alex Cruz. I've been using Andrew Saucedo. He's a wrestler out here. I trained with Roosevelt a little bit a couple weeks ago, so that was always good. It's always good to see him and work with him. My usual coach is Anthony Gonzalez and Sharon Ruiz, the leg collector. So, just the usual.
Yeah, no one specific though for Thiago. You're kind of, we've talked before. It's more about working on what you're good at, not necessarily the opponent, unless it's something really specific, right?
Yeah, like honestly, everything that he's good at has already been. I'll work with on a regular basis. My jiu-jitsu professor, his nickname is the leg collector, so his leg lock game doesn't scare me. His wrestling doesn't scare me. I got Alex Cruz helping me and Andrew Saucedo helping me. They're collegiate wrestlers, really good Greco-style wrestlers, folk-style wrestlers, so they're really good. Not worried about his takedowns at this point. And then on the feet, that's my realm, so I'm ready to go put a striking display on.
And it's always a topic of conversation with you because you're such a big guy, and I know this because I met you in person, and you're huge, especially for lightweight. How's the cut going? Because everyone's been talking about the COVID-19 weight. Did you survive that? How's the cut going ahead of the fight?
Dude, the start of the lockdown, I hit I think I got to 193. I was picking out a lot. That was the biggest I've ever been in my life. But right now, weight's going great. I'm on the mark. I woke up at 175 this morning. So start tapering down a little bit more, and I'm gonna be right on track.
I guess you haven't really been affected by, like, I know there's been some like food shortages and things like that. Like you're still getting all the meals you want and everything like that.
Yeah, we're still getting all the food. I'm working with Always Ready Meals now, so yeah, they're keeping me fed, keeping my weight
It's on
low.
them.
So,
Yeah, they got to provide everything to you, right? So there you go.
yeah, everything's been it feels like it's back to normal for me right now, so I'm enjoying it.
How's this fight playing out in your opinion on September 5th? Because he's a pretty tough guy to finish, but how do you see it unfolding?
Yeah, man, he has not been finished, man, and I definitely believe I'm the guy to finish him. So, you know me, I always coming for the finish, first round, third round. I don't care. I'm ready to finish this guy. I'm always calling my first round finish, but like you said, he is tough. He's durable, so I'm ready for the whole 15.
Where do you feel like a win puts you? One of the things you and I have talked about in our interviews is that, your record might not be amazing, but you look at the guys you're fighting. I mean, it's nothing but killers as far as that goes. And Thiago, a little bit more experience than you, but like you said, has that credentials of, being an RFA and coming off the win over Michael Johnson. Where does a win over him, especially a finish, put you in the grand scheme of things?
I think it starts putting me up there, getting me more recognition. I feel like we both have ups and downs in the UFC. So it's like, this fight is just to see who's going to go up from here. So that's how I feel. Like I said, I'm ready to start breaking into the tops, start becoming a ranked fighter and, just showcasing everything I got because I'm ready to start trying to chase that hardware.
I know you're a family man. We talked about that, obviously, getting home from the last fight and making sure you see everyone. But downtime, like just when you're with yourself, are you getting in any movies, any Netflix time, any video games, anything like that? What would I find you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm always playing Call of Duty. I love playing Call of Duty, man. But man, my internet where I'm at right now is down. I haven't played for like a couple weeks, so I think it's kind of good because it let me dial into this fight and just stay focused. I don't like to be home too much right now because like I don't have anything to do when I'm at home. So I'm been going out and about, like having a little bit more of active rest, taking my kids out a little bit more instead of staying on the stick. So that's usually what I'm doing.
Can't wait for this fight. September 5th, UFC Fight Night. Looking forward to it. Jalin, always appreciate you taking the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
You can find me on Instagram, The Tarantula MMA, Twitter, Jalin Turner, Facebook, also Jalin Turner. Shout out to Always Ready Meals. Shout out to Sweet Sweat, Iridium Sports Agency, excuse me. Crossing Gracie Riverside, always helping me out. Sure, if I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize. Who else? Who else has been there for me right now? Ball Wash. Oh, I can't forget Ball Wash, man. They've been having my back for a while. I think that's pretty much it on this end.